So you are either shopping for a Model Y or you already have a Model Y, and this video is going to show you what maintenance you have to look forward to and exactly how to handle that maintenance. Also, everything I show you will be linked in the description with discount codes, as long as there is a code available. Here in my garage, knowledge. All right, first up is wiper blades, and these are OEM quality wiper blades. Notice, they put the notice that they're OEM quality. Anyways, yeah, they're pretty nice looking here. I'm gonna show you how easy it is to pop these on. You will not need to read these instructions because your boy's doing it for you. The first thing that you need to do is go to the service tab, and then you go to wiper service mode. So when you click that, the wipers pop up so it's easy for you to access them. Removing the wiper blades pretty easy. You're just going to click this button here, and then that lets you push it forward, just like that. And there you go. Now you also want to be careful because these are spring loaded. You don't want to snap this and let it slam down on off your windshield. It could potentially crack it. So just be careful laying that back down on the glass. The longer blade will be on the driver's side. The shorter blade will be on the passenger side. If you start to get a lot of resistance on this one, you really just have to kind of look to make sure the grooves are lined up and it pops right into place. So everyone should do this. Do not let Tesla do that for you. It takes less than 5 minutes. You'll save a lot of money doing it yourself. Once that's complete, click this button and the wipers will go away. In addition to wiper blades, you could also add to your wiper fluid to make sure you're not low for any road trips you're doing. You just open that up, pour it in, and then close it back up. I also noticed that I'm missing this piece right here, so I need to put that on, but just something to be aware of. Not that big of a deal, but you should have it. Another thing that's a big concern with Tesla owners is the tires and replacing the tires. Now, if you read the Tesla manual, it's interesting. It says to rotate them every 10 to 12,000 miles. That's actually incorrect. You should be rotating these every 6,250 miles. And the car actually says that, but the Tesla manual does not, and I'm not sure why they haven't fixed that mistake. This is very important because of the instantaneous torque. It's gonna rip through tires quicker. A lot of people say, oh, EVs are heavier, and that's generally true, but Teslas are on the lighter end because of how efficient their batteries are. Their packs are actually smaller than a lot of the competition. So for example, my Porsche Macan right here is 4,350 pounds. This is 4,363 pounds. So they weigh almost the same, but because of how touchy the throttle is, you're gonna wanna be rotating this every 6,250 miles. So Discount Tire will do it for free, and I'm sure other shops will as well. Tesla, I think, charges $80 for this. It's $30 or $80. I can't remember. You guys will have to let me know in the comments if anyone's familiar with it. But if it's such a simple thing, Discount Tire will do it for free, and they've done a great job for me. The other thing to note in terms of tires is how do you know when to rotate them? Maybe this is something that you want to do on your own, and you can know if there's a difference of 230 seconds between the front and the back. So if there's a difference of 230 seconds between either of the side, you can rotate them. Also, if you're putting brand new tires on, but you're only replacing 2, which I've done in the past, you want to put those 2 brand new tires in the rear of the car. These have a rear bias when it comes to driving, and I've noted that in my actually show you here. This device here from Teslogic, which I've shown in previous videos, but this gives you readings on what the motors are doing and a bunch of other various aspects of the car that the normal infotainment doesn't give you. But basically, as you're driving, usually your rear motors are being used, and that's why the rear tires actually wear out a little bit quicker on this thing. So just some insight that I found out through that device. I'll also have that linked in the description. Now back to it. I also can't stress enough, the tire pressure is extremely important. A lot of times tire blowouts happen. Not that kind of blowout. Tire blowouts happen because they're underinflated. That causes more friction in the tire, which causes heat, lets it expand, and then boom, you're blown out like you're in an Applebee's. Now, another thing that needs replaced is your cabin air filter. This is where that stank comes from. You know how you get in your Tesla and it's got that like Elon Musk-y smell? This is from your cabin air filter. I don't know why it happens in Teslas. I've never had this happen in any other car, but these are the ones we're putting in. We're putting in these ones, and also these are from Tomei. They've been a partner of the channel for a long time. I'm gonna be giving away this cable and these right here. This is a high dollar item. This is a high value item. I'm giving it away. All you have to do is be subscribed to the channel and leave a comment in the description and I'll ship them out to you. Make sure you check your comments too, because a lot of people win things and they never respond to me, so I'm very lonely. So let's throw these in. These are HEPA 98 activated carbon air filters. So these are gonna be great and they last a long time. So I'm gonna show you how to put those in right now. They're also very cheap on their website. Code Gjeebs saves you 10%. Also, you know what I'm about to say. 3D mats, they make the absolute best floor mats for Teslas. They just adhere the best way and they're really durable. These are over 2 years old. There's two different versions on their site. This is the Elitech, and the difference is just this design here. You can see it has the rivets and the other one is just plain flat like this. And I like them both, so discount code in the description. All right, let's get this opened up. Ah, nice little colored direction pamphlet in a reusable envelope that you can use for a birthday card. Isn't that, you could legitimately reuse this. In fact, I might have to. My neighbor. I'm gonna save that and reuse it for a birthday card. Let's see here. So there's colored directions here, very easy. Push your seat all the way back. Use the orange pry tool. I think this comes with pry tools. So like this is yes, it does. These are really useful. Like these in themselves are just worth buying. It's nice it comes with all the tools that you need. We are going to be using those shortly, but it's really nice that they include all of that. Now keep in mind, this is a 2020 model. They're slightly different for the newer models, but the directions actually reflect that. So just keep that in mind. So step one, or step two actually, step one is putting the seat all the way back. And step two is using the pry tool to bring down these clips. You can see how easily that pulls down. So on my 2020 model, there are 3 of these. And I'm gonna pull those all out using this pry tool, and I'm just doing it one-handed, as you can see here, and it's very easy. So that's step 1, or 2, whatever the So removing those has given us access to this panel to be brought down. Now, one thing that I've learned in the past is it's actually easier to take this T20 that they supply you with and just detach. I think this is like a little tweeter speaker. So detach that from this panel. There's only 2 screws holding that in, and then just kind of move this to the side as opposed to undoing those clips. So that's what I do, move that to the side. That'll give you enough room to work. So now that this is out of the way, that gives you room to reach up in here and pull this panel off. You know, as Lil Wayne once said, left hand on the wheel, right hand on that. So we're gonna pull this panel back, and that will show us where I think we referred to this as Elon's basement in the past. There it is, baby. And then this will give us access to where the filters are actually stored. All right, panels off, as you can see here. What kind of helps you? So as it's sitting on there, you take this part of this plastic tool and kind of pry it under this part. That'll let your fingers get under there, and then you can kind of pull from here and pull from up here, and it'll all pop off. So the back of it is just these little clips, and they make these loud pops when they come off, especially the first time you do it. So don't be afraid, these just pop off and snap into place, you'll be fine, but that's kind of what you're fighting against. So now you're gonna take this T20 screwdriver to remove this screw nut right here. So we will do that, and that will get this door off. Now, the filters are stacked on top of one another vertically, so there's little tabs on these, which is nice. You can see the HEPA filter in there, pulling that out, and then you see the next one is down in there. So you're just going to have to pull it up to the level to where you can then pull it out. And there's a bunch of stuff on this, not surprised. All right, so we gotta vacuum a little bit, and these are filthy, Jesus. Yeah, these filters are filthy, and now we're gonna be putting these new Tomei ones in. It's also nice, gives you some direction here. It says facing the front of the car, so it will go in like this, with the honeycomb facing the cabin, and then the filter facing the front. Another feature that's really nice is you have this little pull tab here. That's useful for when you're replacing these, because you're then able to, like I just did, grab it and then pull it sideways out. Gives you something to latch onto. And again, these are just really well made. Your cabin air filters in a Model 3 or a Model Y need to be replaced every 2 years. In a Model S or a Model X, they need to be replaced every 3 years. And the reason for that is because Model 3 and Y owners smell because they make less money. Therefore, they can't afford to shower every night like people that drive S's and X's. So that's actually why the filters need to be changed more often, because we stink. Now, another thing you're going to want to pay attention to, and the reason that I've removed this part, because of these reservoirs right here. So when it rains on the car, yes, you can take your electric car out in the rain. There are people that believe that you cannot get an electric car wet. You can see there's leaves right here. I'm going to be very straightforward with you. These leaves were actually down here, but for dramatic effect, I wanted to show them being clogged up here. So you want to make sure everything is cleared out of this, because this is where the water runs down and then drains out the bottom of the car. It's important to keep these so that way this doesn't fill with water, but you can see there's actually are some leaves down in here. So you could take compressed air and blow this all out. You could take a vacuum and vacuum this out, but just something to be aware of. So there's one here and there's an identical one on the other side. So this is just another thing to be aware of, and also just gives you an opportunity to take a look under there and make sure there's nothing that's out of the ordinary or out of place, and you're good to go. I'm also going to take this hydrosilics plastic and leather cleaner. I have a 25% code for them in the description, but I'm going to clean out this induction area just to get the buildup off of there. Again, not something that you have to do, but it just kind of bothers me to see how dusty it is. So we're going to clean that up for personal satisfaction. I'm also going to use that same cleaner to just clean up this area. Again, this is things over time, just going to keep your car looking better over time. It's going to help with the resale and just show that you took care of it. If you don't care, you don't care. You don't have to do it. I'm just showing you a couple things that you could do to maybe be less of a pig in your life. You know, we're all just trying to reduce the amount of pigness that we each have, and I think this will help you greatly. Now, if you're looking for how to clean the interior of your car after 50,000 miles, you're going to want to click the video that's on the center of your screen right now. That will be very helpful to how to clean the interior, exactly what to use. Thank you guys for watching, and thank you Masterworks for sponsoring the video.